Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're doing gameplay, or not gameplay. We're going to be talking about how to get these brand new Spark cards that are available via agendas today here in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM, including, obviously, the headliner, Dark Matter, Kevin Garnett. And before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 30,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day. Tons of consistent daily MyTEAM content. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. And without further ado, let's hop right into it and let's discuss these brand new Spark cards. So obviously KG is the ultimate reward, unsurprisingly. He's the card that you get if you complete all of the other agendas. So you're gonna have to complete all 8 of these agendas to get KG. All of the other players will have their one individual agenda. So if you're just trying to get one of these players, that will be not too hard to do either. But with that being said, yeah, let's see what these agendas are. 20 points in the paint in a game with a player 15 times. It's going to get you Dark Matter, DeMarcus Cousins. Basically, what this means is 15 triple threat offline games where you score all your points off of dunks. Pretty much, with one player. That's basically what that means. 15 triple threat offline games is going to take probably about an hour or so. So I think this agenda by itself will take about an hour. Raptors wins is win 10 games using 5 Raptors players. The easiest and most efficient way to knock these games out is quite simply just to go over to these challenges and then skill challenges, I believe is where the basketball fundamentals are. Yeah. And then do the free throw challenge with a lineup that has 5 Raptors players in it. And literally, it is so easy. You just put the 5 players in your lineup and the game starts, you pass the ball in, they'll foul you, and then make both free throws, and then they shoot, make or miss, doesn't matter. They'll intentionally foul you again. And you make those 2 free throws, and you're automatically done. Just make the 4 free throws, and it's really, really easy. Just make sure you're shooting for the free throws with somebody who has a super high free throw rating, so you basically never miss. And it should be super duper simple to complete that one. Not going to be a hard challenge at all, because that's going to take, realistically, probably about 20 minutes. Because I think you can complete the free throw challenge in about 2 minutes per game. So I would say to do it 10 times is going to take about 20 minutes, probably would be my guess. So you're looking at an hour and 20 minutes so far. Next is multiplayer small forward points for Galaxy Opal Joe Ingles. 150 points of small forwards over multiple multiplayer games. That's probably another hour, maybe, of grinding online. Probably less, potentially less than that. You could just, realistically, your best bet for that is just to use 3 small forward eligible players in triple threat offline or triple threat online, and just use 3 small forward eligible players. I mean, you can use a primary power forward who has small forward secondary who's tall. Like, ideally, you want to use somebody who's got a lot of size, if possible, as at least one of your small forwards, so that you get some size. But make sure you use 3 guys who have small forward eligibility in some form. For me, it'd be Glenn Rice, probably Dr. J or Ron Artest, and then one of my bigger small forward options, maybe a Larry Markkinen or Amari Stoudemire or somebody like that, to give me some more size. But either way, that's probably what I'd recommend, is just knock that out in triple threat online. That probably will take you about another hour. So you're at maybe 2 hours and 20 minutes so far. And then we get Kings 3s, 43 pointers with King players over multiple games. That's not hard, but that's another 30 minutes or so probably of grinding just to get that agenda done. So now you're looking at closer to 2 hours and 50 minutes. TTO dunks is make 30 dunks over multiple triple threat online games. Now that one you should be able to complete while doing these multiplayer small forward points. So those should get done at the same time. So that one shouldn't really add time to your grind as long as you combine those 2 agendas. So you're still looking at about 2 hours and 50 minutes so far, I would estimate. And then Celtics blocks, Celtics rebounds. Unfortunately, the blocks are 15 blocks over multiple single player games, and then the rebounds are multiple multiplayer games. So the Celtics blocks in single player should be pretty easy, because you could do that at the same time alongside of getting these 20 points in the paint 15 times. Like, I think that one, as long as you use a tall Celtics player in your lineup who's good at shot blocking, you should be able to get at least 1 block a game, which is all you need to really be able to complete that agenda in those 15 games. So I think you should be able to complete those concurrently, and that one shouldn't really cost you any more time. But this Celtics rebounds one will probably cost you a little bit more time unless you are using small forwards that are Celtics players in triple threat offline, which, to be fair, or triple threat online, I should say, which, to be fair, there are a couple of. For example, Jason Tatum, Dark Matter, who I already have. If you want to sort by Celtics players, like if you have Dark Matter Paul George, for example, not Paul George, Dark Matter Paul Pierce, he would be an option. Dark Matter Jaylen Brown would be an option. Dark Matter Larry Bird, if you have the small forward eligible one, not the one that I have, would be a good option. There's a bunch of good small forward eligible, even a Pink Diamond Jordan Walsh. Cards like that you could use that would be small forward eligible players to use for that agenda that will also get rebounds eventually and chunk that rebound done. As a whole, if you stack these agendas properly and are very intentional about stacking them together, I think you could get this entire Kevin Garnett grind done in about 3 hours. I think that's pretty realistic if you are very intentional about your grinding and about stacking the agendas that can be stacked together as well as possible. But at the same time, Is it worth that 3-hour grind? I think for a lot of people, the answer might not be yes. You know what I mean? Because for me, I already got Mo Bamba. I already got Kwame Brown. I already have Dikembe who can play power forward if I want. Like, I don't even love my team that much, but I haven't been playing the game that much. I have Bill Russell as well in my collection. Like, there's just a bunch of cards that I have already that can play the power forward position. For me, a guy like KG is just not special enough for me to spend the time grinding for him at this point. But I don't know. I'm kind of in a different boat, I think, than a lot of people playing the game right now, in that I truly just don't have any sort of desire to play my team on a daily basis, like at all. And honestly, I'm not sure that's going to change until we get some gambling changes and stuff. But I'm not sure we're going to get... I mean, those aren't happening this year. It's not happening in 2K24. In 2K25, that's what I'm hoping for. But if it doesn't change at 2K25, I'm going to be honest, I might just never have any desire to play my team again, to be completely honest, because it has really turned rough. And it's crazy because a card like Kevin Garnett is a card that I actually would have been like decently excited about and probably willing to grind in the past. Not to mention Kyle Kuzma 2 weeks ago, Reggie Lewis last week. Like, there are cards that are dropping. Bobby Jones is free in Clutch Time Online right now. Like, there are cards out there right now that would make my team better that I could have grinded for or could be grinding for. And I'm just not, because I just don't have the interest in it right now. So with that, another drop like this that admittedly does have some interesting cards, and KG is definitely an interesting card himself, I think it's semi-interesting, but it's also like, I don't know. I just don't have the motivation to grind it. And I don't blame y'all if y'all don't either. Now, I wish Jared Vanderbilt's agenda wasn't 25 steals with power forwards over multiple games, because I think that one might actually be decently time-consuming, because I would like to do his agenda to get him for gameplay or whatever, but... as a whole, like, I'm not going to say this is a bad drop. If you're still grinding my team and still playing the game and still want to improve your team, this is a decent spark drop, and I think this has the potential to definitely help out a lot of people's teams, and it gets you 4 usable cards with Vanderbilt, Ingles, KG, and Boogie. But at the same time, I'm not sure that any of these cards make the majority of people's lineups who have been grinding the game consistently. Like, if you're starting a new account or pretty new to my team or whatever, number one, I recommend you don't do this. But number two, these cards could really help your lineup. But I think for a lot of people who have been playing the game throughout the year, they have enough cards via the gambling cards that they might have pulled. Even if you are no money spent, you're going to probably have pulled a few of these gambling cards from locking in sets and opening some packs with MT and stuff like that. Not to mention a lot of the other free rewards that have dropped. And it's like, it would not be hard at this point in the year, in the middle of June, for 2K to change a freaking release on a free card. Like, come on, give Kevin Garnett a better release. And this drop is a drop that is so exciting and so good. But as is, it's another one that's like, cool, but not game-changing. And for me, I will not be doing anything that is not game-changing when it comes to grinding at this point in the year. That I can tell you. I don't know how y'all feel specifically about that, but that's definitely where I am right now. And yeah, be interested to hear y'all's thoughts, to be honest, on this spark drop today, and if you are going to be grinding it, because me personally, I will not, but I'd love to hear what y'all think. Regardless, with that being said, that is going to do it for today's video. So hopefully this video did help y'all out when it comes to how to grind these cards and what the most efficient way to stack these agendas is and all that type of stuff and where to do them. And if so, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.